Namaste. Today is my husband Andy's 72nd birthday. While this occasion should be marked with happiness, today did not feel like those days when I should be smiling. I lost Andy suddenly to a fatal heart attack, his first and only one, and it totally and completely pulled the rug under my son Drew's and my feet. It devastated us to our core. Today the struggle is real, 3 years after, as we continue to try to square with our grief. Grief is love persisting, they say, and that indeed is a beautiful and comforting thought. It helps us to understand why we still feel terrible 3 years after he left us. But I am all for moving forward, and I know that Andy wouldn't want me to get stuck. I know in my heart that he wants me to pick up the pieces, and I will continue to do so at my own space and pace. So all day today, I was looking for a sign that he is still very much in our lives. My great hope is that he could occasionally slip out of that great divide to come and visit us and make his presence felt, to remind us that we are still very much in his thoughts. So this is him. As the day unfolded and as I psyched myself to be open, I realized that there were messages that have been put out there for the picking. The first sign I got came from the birthday greeting of my sister-in-law, Manang Jane, who lives in the UK with her husband, Eric. She called almost close to midnight to greet Drew, my son, who celebrates his birthday the day before my hubby's birthday. Then another sister-in-law, Manang Mary, Andy's immediate older sister, who resides with her husband Lars in Sweden, sent me a text, which quoted Victor Hugo of Les Miserables, and it was something that she wanted to say to her little bro, who made all of our lives lighter and brighter by his presence. It read, "You are no longer where you were, but you are everywhere we are." That made me realize that my husband could have very easily been saying that to me, reassuring me of his loving presence. Next, in a playful nudge to Andy's favorite food, Drew and I decided to order one of Marvin's cochinillos. This is an unpaid endorsement of this product. We marveled at how crispy the suckling pig's skin and how tender the meat was. And there, while resting after my meal and basking in the glow of being satiated in my belly, I felt the warm embrace of a calming force that seemed to reassure me that everything will be okay. Andy was indeed with us as we partook of the cochinillo with just Manang Mori, Andy's eldest sister, and 3 of those who helped make our lives easier. Just a small, tiny gathering of folks who remember him. Nothing like the big group that usually come to our house on his birthday. But one of the first calls that I got this morning was from a dear friend, Nida Baliao, who greeted me good morning and told me to check on the many Dr. Andy birthday greeting posts that I got, or that he got, shared that day on Facebook. I remember how Andy would tell me about how his family at work always supported him as he supported them. He was the kind of leader who wanted you to succeed, and you felt his deep concern for your welfare. The realization that he has touched many, many lives for the better has humbled me. His special brand of caring and generosity of spirit was always there for everyone to partake of. that left me a glow on my cheeks and a lightening of my heart. To know that he always tried to carry the load for others so that they may feel unburdened, while in his presence, even for only a short time. Then a group of close friends who were part of a tightly knit group also texted to greet him a happy birthday. His friendships have always been solid and long, like his embrace. And once again, I felt loved and cared for. Another one of our friends also remembered him, not realizing that Andy was younger than him because Andy was a year ahead at campus, and he noted that Andy was magaling. I thought this assessment of Andy's smarts was so spot on and so well deserved, especially coming from this friend whom I admire for his brain power. It led me to think about the humility of my husband, who wanted to make people feel comfortable, thus played the role of the dumb jock or the class clown, as he was known for his basketball prowess and his ability to banter jokes with the very best of them. And then I realized how he was always underrated as an intellectual. And again, I remembered the support he gave me by his clean and sharp editing of all my articles, thesis, and dissertation, and everything that I've ever published. His command of English was better than mine, and he always managed to complete the crossword puzzle of the daily newspaper. And with this thought, the message was that he would always support me, no matter what I decided to do with the rest of my life. Then, serendipitously, a book that I ordered from the UK, of all the days that that I could have received this. I ordered this book 2 months ago, arrived in the mail today. Of any day it could have been delivered. The title of the book is The Dandelion Seed. This book really is about this little seed, this little dandelion seed, which fell to the ground, got swept out in the wind, and managed to drop into soil in the middle of winter. This book by Joseph Anthony follows the life cycle of a plant and describes a beautiful story of life's journey. The dandelion seed feels very small and wonders where it belongs in this world. The seed eventually falls to the ground and is covered with winter snow. But the spring causes it to sprout a shoot, and it begins to grow. And then, eventually, offers its tender leaves to feed deer and rabbits, and its flower gives sweet nectar to bees and butterflies. Such a beautiful story. This book and the message it brings are Andy's way of reassuring me that I am about to embark on the next phase in my life. And change can be frightening, but the book also explains that change forces us to prep and force our eyes open, our minds and our hearts to new possibilities. And in my mind, I see Andy urging me to step out into the unknown, reassuring me that it can be enormously rewarding and exciting, that he will be there every step of the way as I venture into a new business or a new project. it is a given that He will be there, and I am reassured. Finally, as my day was coming to a close, I was in a group chat with several highly committed individuals, animatedly talking about a once-in-a-lifetime project. This was our common project, and we were all so excited. And there, out of the blue, was a message posted. It said, "There is nothing more lonely than wanting to have a conversation with someone who has died." And then suddenly, I realized I have conversations with him all day. That his messages come in all different forms and all different ways. That all I need is to open my mind to these subtle messages that unfold on a minute-by-minute basis. That He is not here in form, but is always here with me in spirit. And that I and my son will always, always be cherished and loved. I have found the strength and purpose to do my weekly vlogs again. And for a while there, I thought that I could not muster the strength to be able to sit and do one of these again. So I want to thank you, Han, for picking me up so I can move forward and not stay stuck in the past. Namaste to all of you, and may God's peace and grace protect and surround you.